This is the second out of 4 videos in my series looking back at the 2024 Milwaukee Brewers. This is a team that had a lot of youth, especially in the position group that we are going to be talking about today, with several of these players having key roles in the Brewers winning their second straight NL Central crown. So in this video, we are going to be giving grades to both the outfielders and designated hitters on the 2024 Milwaukee Brewers. The regular season is going to be used for the majority of their grades, but if they did do good in the team's limited playoff run, their grade can be raised. For the grades, A is for a player who exceeded expectations or made the All-Star team, B is for a player who had a solid season, C is for a player who met their expectations, D is for a player that had a disappointing season, and F is for complete failure of a season. So let us get started with the first player on this list, the young phenom, Jackson Chourio. What a season it was for their number 2 prospect in all of baseball. Jackson got off to a fantastic start in his first 10 games of the season, having a slash line of 282, 326, 462 with 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, and 3 steals. But he eventually slumped really bad, so bad that he was barely hitting above the Mendoza line, having a 207 batting average in the beginning of June. But then something clicked for the 20-year-old, as Chourio caught fire after June 2nd, being one of the best hitters in baseball, having a slash line of 305, 363, 528 with 25 doubles, 4 triples, 16 home runs, 63 RBIs, and 15 steals. Legitimately, Chourio changed from one of the worst hitters in baseball, on the verge of being demoted back to AAA, to getting his bat right, to being one of the best hitters in all of baseball. I am not kidding when I say the Brewers would not have won as much games as they did without this kid, especially after the Christian Yelich injury. And right now, that 8-year, $82 million extension the Brewers signed him to before the season is looking like a steal, because if this year is the worst he is going to be, the rest of baseball is in serious trouble. Overall, for his rookie season, Chourio appeared in 148 games, 91 in left field, 63 at right, and 6 at DH, having a slash line of 275, 327, 464, with 145 hits, 29 doubles, 4 triples, 21 home runs, 79 RBIs, 80 runs scored, 22 steals, a 791 OPS, and an OPS plus of 117. He was also pretty darn good defensively, having a defensive run saved value of 12 and a B-WAR value of 3.7. Baseball Savant absolutely loved Chourio, giving him a grade of 91 for batting run value, a 98 for base running value, and 85 for defensive run value, all 3 grades being labeled as great. Chourio also made his mark known in the Brewers' brief playoff stint, having 5 hits and 11 at-bats with 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and a steal. It was just an absolutely incredible rookie season for the Phenom, as even with the slow start, the talent of Jackson Chourio came through, and he looks like to be a top 3 vote getter in Rookie of the Year voting, with 2 other guys being really good, and Jackson Merrill and Paul Skeens. This kid has a chance to be the best Brewer of all time if he keeps this up and stays with the organization. I'm giving Chourio a grade of A+, as he became one of the youngest players in MLB history to have a 20-double, 20-steal, 20 home run season. And Chourio is frankly going to be one of the best and brightest young stars in the league for years to come, and I cannot wait to see what he does in his second season. Coming into the season as the odd man out in the outfield, consisting of Chourio, Frelick, Mitchell, and Yelich, Perkins turned in a pretty solid season as kind of like that backup center fielder, and having one of the best defensive performances of the entire year. His bat did leave a little bit to desire, but the king of the home run robbery made several clutch plays with the glove in center field for the injured Garrett Mitchell, and even got nominated for the Gold Glove of the position, even though he wasn't a full-time starter. Perkins appeared in 121 games, 119 of them at center field, and starting 104 of them, having a slash line of 240, 316, 332 with 92 hits, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, 43 RBIs, 52 runs, 23 steals, a 647 on-base percentage, and an OPS plus of 81. He also had a DRS value of 8 and a B-WAR value of 1.8. Baseball Savant really loved his defense, giving him a grade of 90 for his defensive run value. And they also liked his base running, giving him a grade of 60 for base running run value, but his batting value run was not that great, only having a grade of 16. Perkins had a decent performance in the playoffs, having 3 hits and 1 RBI. But overall, it was a pretty solid season for Blake, and I'm giving him a grade of B, as he wasn't really expected to play as much as he did, and the defensive impact that Perkins had in center field was incredible. But, as was last season, it will be interesting to see what the Brewers do with their very crowded outfield. A tale of two players with the former top prospect for the Milwaukee Brewers, as Sal was a very solid contact hitter and an excellent defender, but at the same time was a pretty poor hitter in terms of power output, which is something that you would want to see more out of him. But for what kind of player Sal is, which is a speedy contact hitter with a great glove, he had a really solid season and was nominated for the Gold Glove in right field. And not only was he nominated, he won the dang award, beating out a couple other players at that position in the National League. Frelick appeared in 145 games, 24 in left field, 25 in center, and 106 in right field, having a slash line of 259, 323, 35, with 123 hits, 22 doubles, 4 triples, 2 home runs, 32 RBIs, 66 runs, 18 steals, a 655 OPS, and an OPS plus of 83. He also had a DRS value of 15 and led the National League with 6 outfield assists, and also had a B-WAR value of 1.0. Baseball Savant graded him very good for both base running value of a value of 86 and defensive run value at 85, but his batting run value wasn't that good with a value of 36. But honestly, the biggest play of the year Sal had was in Game 3 of the NL wildcard run against the Mets, as he had an absolute moonshot of a home run, his first since May 3rd, to give the Brewers a 2-0 lead. If it wasn't for Devin Williams absolutely blowing it in the 9th inning, that would have been the most memorable sequence of the playoffs for the Brewers, as Frelick and Bauers went back-to-back to give them the lead. But overall for a season, I'm giving Sal Frelick a grade of B-, as his glove and base running was a great value for this team, and he won the Gold Glove award. But he really needs to develop some semblance of power to his bat, even just getting like to 7 or 8 home runs, because he could be looking at the odd man out of this outfield rotation, as he kind of need to have some power in today's major leagues. Acquired in an off-season trade with the Yankees, Bauers had a very polarizing season with the Milwaukee Brewers. He was very inconsistent at the plate, hitting below the Mendoza line for the regular season, but also contributed some good power, good speed, and honestly the best glove the team had at first base. For the season, Bauers appeared in 117 games, 76 at first base, 8 at left field, 10 at right field, and 17 at DH, having a slash line of 199, 301, 361 with 60 hits, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 12 home runs, 43 RBIs, 45 runs, 13 steals, an OPS of .662, and an OPS plus of 83. He had a DRS value of -1, and even appeared as a pitcher in 4 blowout losses for the Brewers, going 4 innings with a 4.50 ERA, 1 strikeout, and an ERA plus of 101. Bauers also had a B-WAR value of -0.4 for the season. Baseball Savant grading him out as below average in all 3 of his categories, having a 34 in batting run value, a 40 in base running run value, and a 41 in defensive run value. But he was big in the postseason, having what was supposed to be the game-winning home run in Game 3 of the wildcard round against the Mets. If it wasn't for Devin Williams, that would have been it. For his 2024 season, I'm giving Bauers a grade of D+, as he really struggled with consistency, but he had one of the biggest hits of the entire Brewers season. He was recently DFA'd from the Brewers lineup, and he will not be returning to the roster for 2025, which I kind of wanted to happen, as I think we have a couple of young players in the minor leagues who will be able to take his position quite well. What if? That is the biggest question mark facing Brewers fans after the year that Christian Yelich had in 2024. This was by far and away his best season since his MVP runner-up in 2019, but again, like so many others in the past, the injury bug came back to bite him, and a back surgery in August knocked him out for the remaining of the 2024 season. But what he did in his limited time with the team had him looking like a contender for the MVP award once again. Yelich appeared in 73 games for the Brewers, 48 at left field and 26 as a DH, having a slash line of .315, .406, .504, with 85 hits, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 11 home runs, 42 RBIs, 44 runs, 21 steals, an OPS of .909, and an OPS plus of 151. Christian also hit a couple of career milestones this season as well, hitting his 200th career home run, stealing his 200th career base, and made his third All-Star team as a starter this year. Baseball Savant would have graded him very highly for his season if he played enough games, giving him a great grade for both batting run value and base running value, but a below average grade for fielding run value. Yelich also accumulated a B WAR of 2.2 for his limited campaign. For his 2024 season, I'm giving Yelich a grade of B+, as he was really having an excellent season before that dang back injury ruined what could have been a special season. But his surgery should fix his back injury for good, and that he should be back fully healthy for the start of 2025. Oh, what I would give for a full season of a healthy Christian Yelich. That would heal souls and probably help the Brewers not lose in the first round of the playoffs yet again. Just like Yelich, Garrett's 2024 season is hampered by an early season injury that knocked him out till July 1st. And even when he got back healthy to the team, he had a platoon role with center fielder Blake Perkins, who played the position very well in Mitchell's absence. But Garrett got more playing time as the year went on and had himself a very solid season even with the injuries. Mitchell appeared in 69 games, 41 in center field, 23 at right, and 7 at DH, having a slash line of .255, .342, .469, with 50 hits, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 8 home runs, 21 RBIs, 33 runs, 11 steals, with an OPS of .812 and OPS plus of 123. He was also really good defensively, having a DRS score of 6 in the center field position, giving the Brewers the best defensive center field play between him and Blake Perkins. Mitchell also accumulated a B WAR value of 2 in just those 69 games. Baseball Savant would have given Mitchell very favorable grades if he played enough games to qualify, but he did have a below average mark for batting run value, great for base running value, and above average for his fielding run value. Garrett also had a massive moment in the postseason, having basically a game-winning 2-run home run in Game 2 of the wild card round against the Mets. Overall for his season, I'm giving Mitchell a grade of B, as in his limited time, he played very, very well. I just want him to be healthy for a full season, as he hasn't been healthy for a full season his entire career, but in the limited sample size, he has proven to be a very solid player. I just want it to happen for an entire season. One of the many rookies who made his MLB debut for this really young Brewers team, Black definitely struggled in his short MLB debut, and was bounced up and down quite a bit between AAA and the majors. Black only appeared in 18 games for the Brewers, 6 at first base and 10 as a designated hitter, having a slash line of .204, .316, .245, with 10 hits, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 4 runs, 3 steals, an OPS of .561, and OPS plus of 59. But his stats in AAA were really solid, where in 102 games, he had a slash line of .258, .375, .429, with 100 hits, 14 doubles, 5 triples, 14 home runs, 67 RBIs, 61 runs, 20 steals, and an OPS of .803. In his time in the majors, he accumulated a B WAR of -0.1. Baseball Savant would have given him a poor grade in batting run value, and average grades in both base running and defensive run value. For his rookie season, I'm giving Black a grade of D+, as even though he struggled in his limited time in the big leagues, Black still had a really good minor league season. And with Jake Bauers now no longer with the team, he should earn more reps as a backup first baseman and designated hitter to Rhys Hoskins. Coming into a season with some pretty big expectations after a rookie season filled with moments of promise, Weimer ended up being a big disappointment for the Brewers this season. He was eventually traded to the Cincinnati Reds at the trade deadline for pitcher Frankie Montas, and struggled in the minor leagues for both the Brewers and the Reds. In his time with Milwaukee, he appeared in 19 games, having a slash line of .154, .185, .154, with 4 hits, 1 steal, 1 run scored, an OPS of .339, and a -4 OPS plus, with a B WAR value of -0.2. He looks to be a minor league player for the foreseeable future with the Cincinnati Reds, as he really struggled down the stretch in AAA for them. Overall for the season, I'm giving Weimer a grade of D- as he absolutely struggled in his action this season. But he was using it as a quality starting pitcher for the stretch run of the year, so I guess he is at least worth something in that regard. Another rookie who made his MLB debut for the Brewers this season, Collins was mainly used as a pinch runner for the majority of his time that he spent in the majors. He appeared in 11 games for the Brewers, having a slash line of 118, 211, 118, with 2 hits and a steal. I'm giving him a grade of D- for his 2024 season, as he really didn't show much of anything in his limited time with the Brewers, and with the nature of our outfield being as crowded as it is, he probably will not be back up with the majors for the Brewers anytime soon. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Working on a starting pitcher video now. Getting that script together. So if you want to see more Brewers content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. Peace.